There's an old saying that says you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's true, but what if I put a bunch of salt in his mouth? Walk with me. Listen, I'm Billy Miller, the motivational minister. They call me the motivational minister because I help people to improve their lives by teaching them life skills from the Bible. And today I'm going to be teaching you this principle that I simply call put salt in a horse's mouth. Put salt in a horse's mouth. Like I said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But if you put a bunch of salt in his mouth, he'll get thirsty and want to drink, right? Well, the same is with in life. You can lead people to wisdom, but you can't make them think. But you can whet their appetite where they'll want that wisdom. And so this principle is going to be good. Put salt in the horse's mouth. This principle that I'm about to teach you, it's not going to take me that long to break down this principle. It's real simple. But this principle is good for there's something that you have that you desire someone else to have. Say that again. This principle is good for when there's something that you have that you desire for someone else to have. For example, maybe you want to influence a teenager or influence your friends. You want them to have the same Jesus that you have. You want to share knowledge, even if you're selling a product or a service, right? Maybe you wrote a book and you want people to read that book. Maybe you have a free book and you want people to read that book. Maybe you have a service. Maybe you have some sort of charity, something that you have, a business, whatever, something that you have that you desire other people to have. This principle is going to help you out. Listen to this story. It was this author that I knew. He was going to this vendor table to sell his books. The day after the event, I saw him and I asked him, I said, "Hey, how did the event go?" And he said, "It went all right, but you're not people, they don't really support you. They don't really support you like that." And I said, well, that could be true. I said, but you know what? These same people went and bought that Popeye's chicken sandwich when it came out. These same people stood in the line to get the newest iPhone. What's my point? These same people support, they're just not supporting you. The question is, did you show up? Were you prepared? Were you ready? Are you following what I'm saying? Did you whet their appetite? Because maybe, just maybe, he didn't whet their appetite. I used to be a manager in a Christian bookstore, and I worked there before I actually wrote a book, which is a blessing because I got to orchestrate a lot of the book signings. And a lot of the book signings that were not successful, they had this one common thing, is that they just sat behind the desk waiting on people to come and buy their books. Now, listen, unless you were a well-known author, there's been a couple of people came in there, they were well-known, all they had to do is sit down because the line is already wrapped around the building. But in general, just a regular author, right? You can have the best book in the world. I'm talking about it could be this book is better than any book that's out there, but nobody knows it. And I will watch those people just sit there like this. Even when people stop by and walk by and look at their books, they're just sitting there. They're just waiting. And they might sell one or two books and then they blame the people. They blame the city, or nobody don't support you in the city, or they blame the race. Black people don't support you like that. They do all of these things, but did you whet their appetite? And I remember I learned this lesson from this one guy I saw because I took notes because I knew I was going to write a book. When I came out with my book, I knew how to have a successful book signing because I watched this one guy come in and he had a book and people would walk through the door and he would greet the people at the door. You would have thought he was working at the bookstore. And he would talk to them. Effective conversations. We talked about this on one of these days doing this challenge. but effective conversation. He would talk to them and he would give them the book and let them hold it and say, hey, listen, just walk around and look through it. And if you like it, buy it. If not, just sit it down, because if you're in a bookstore, you're not going to leave until you buy it, right? And I just watched him do this the whole time. And the book signing was for like 2 hours. The 2 hours was up. He asked, could he stick around? Like, yeah, sure. He just stuck around. That's all he did. And he sold a lot of books. This is an unknown person with an unknown book, but he sold a lot of them because he had effective conversations. What did he do? He whet the appetite. Listen, you're somewhere at a vendor table, and if you're just sitting there, nobody's just going to automatically come and buy your stuff. The product is not going to sell itself. There are some products that'll sell itself, but how are you showing up? You have a nephew that you're trying to influence and get him on the right track. You're going to have to whet his appetite. You're going to have to put salt in his mouth to make him thirsty. Just handing him a book is not going to do it. You're going to have to whet his appetite. How do you whet this appetite? Listen, let me give you an example. Me and my daughter were going to the mall. I'll never forget this. We were going to Forever 21 to purchase something she wanted. So as we're walking through the mall, we're walking through the food court, and our destination, our goal, our focus is going to Forever 21. And this person that was working at this Japanese food store, right, was standing with some chicken, some teriyaki chicken on a stick samples. And we walked by and they said, hey, you want a sample? Sure, grabbed the sample. Me and my daughter ate the sample. And what did this do? This created this hunger, because this was good. Oh, we got a taste of something. Oh, shoot, this is good. So when we left Forever 21, guess what we ate at? We ate at this Japanese store right there in the food court. Listen, me and my daughter wasn't even thinking about any Japanese food. We was going to Forever 21. But now we're here eating a whole plate full of Japanese food. What happened? They whet our appetite. They gave us a sample. They gave us a taste. What is your chicken on a stick? Whatever it is, like I said, that you have, whether it's a product or a service, or whether it's just you trying to influence somebody, whether it's something you trying to, some sort of charity, some sort of donation, you just trying to spread knowledge. Whatever it is that you have, that you desire other people to have, what's your chicken on a stick? When they taste it, they see that it's good, and they'll want more of it. That's up to you to figure out. Like I said, apply that in any area, because I want you to examine yourself, and I want you to think about that. What is it that you're doing? Because I don't know your life, but you know your life. What is it that you're doing? I don't care if it's you got your own YouTube channel, you want people to see it. You have somebody you're trying to influence. You have something that you desire other people to have, and they're not just going to. There's an old saying that said, "Build it and they will come." That worked years ago. That doesn't work now. You can build it and then nobody won't come. Just because you wrote the book don't mean people go read it. Just because you got a YouTube channel don't mean no people going to watch it. Just because you about to have a speaking you about to speak somewhere, that don't mean people come and listen to it. I hope this is making sense to you. You're going to have to whet their appetite. What's your chicken on a stick that's going to make them hungry to want more? People should look at your life. As a matter of fact, let me show you the scripture right here, right quick, before we go. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. It's the easy to read version. It says, this is Jesus talking. He says, you are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its taste, it cannot be made salty again. Listen, you're the salt of the earth. Listen, salt has flavor. You got flavor. And when people encounter you, they should taste and see that the Lord is good. They should be drawn. They should get thirsty for what you have. The scripture continues to say, salt is useless if it loses its salty taste. It will be thrown out where people would just walk on it. Listen, you're the salt of the earth. Now, a lot of y'all out there salty. That's the difference. That's different. I ain't talking about people out there that's salty. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying bitter and nasty. No, you're the salt of the earth. Let me read you a little bit from today's devotion from the 30-day life challenge. Listen, if you're taking the 30-day life challenge, listen, thank you for participating. Thank you for joining me on this challenge. I hope it's been impactful for you. A lot of you, if this is your first time hearing about this, you may have just straight came across this video. Listen, just look in the description of this video and find out how you can take the 30-day life challenge. If you like the videos, listen, they've been impactful. Listen, some of you just been watching the videos, been getting nuggets, and that's okay, because I want you to get the nuggets. But if you want the full course meal, take the 30-day life challenge. Just read the description of the video. Like, I want to read a little bit from today's challenge, day 25. I'm gonna read this little bit part right here. Let's see. You are the salt of the earth. You can be the salt that makes them thirsty for God. Listen, I'm gonna read. You just listen. This is from the 30-day book right here. You are the salt of the earth. Oh, I lost my spot. Hold on. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay, here we go. You are the salt of the earth. You can be the salt that makes them thirsty for God. People should see your life and want to know more about Jesus. You should live in such a manner that people say, I want to know the God that he served. Or who is this God that keeps on blessing her? You should make people thirsty enough to try Jesus. And when they get thirsty, give them a drink of living water. Give them Jesus. Oh, man. 30 Days of Righteousness, #1 Amazon best-selling book. Listen, like I said, I want you to take this 30-day life challenge, just like the people you see on the screen right here who decided to take this challenge. Thousands of lives have been impacted by this book, 30 Days of Righteousness. #1 Amazon bestseller. Listen, let it impact you. You can take this challenge at any month of the year. You can do this at any time. So I most definitely want you to take the challenge. Listen, we got 10 days left. No, we got, hold up. I'm sorry. We on day 25. We got 5 days left. What am I talking about? 5 days left. So thank you for sticking in with me. Listen, make sure you click the like. Make sure you click subscribe if you haven't already. Also, most definitely watch day 26. It'll pop up here shortly. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay blessed. And always remember that the word is your life.